Greetings to all stakeholders of education from Rajagiri Media. In this episode of Pallikkutam Policy Updates-Global, the headlines: Increase in student mental health support in US, Budget cuts for higher education in Netherlands, Promotion of youth skills in Canada, England to restore maintenance grants for students, Nigerian schools introduce Chinese Mandarin. The news in detail. US revives mental health grants. In the United States, the Department of Education is moving to address the critical shortage of school psychologists. The government has decided to revive mental health grants totaling $270 million. This funding covers two major programs: the School-Based Mental Health Services Grant Program and the Mental Health Service Professional Demonstration Grant Program. The School-Based Mental Health Services Grant will specifically focus on increasing students' access to school psychologists. Meanwhile, the Demonstration Grant will support programs that effectively recruit, train, and retain these professionals. However, some education experts are raising concerns. They argue that the focus on only school psychologists excludes other vital roles like counselors and social workers who also provide crucial mental health support to students. Netherlands announces budget cuts for higher education. Across the Atlantic, the Netherlands has announced plans for significant financial cuts to its higher education and science sectors. The government plans to slash 1 billion euros from the budget. Part of this cut includes 300 million euros from the international education budgets. These reductions are aimed at addressing financial constraints across the public sector. The proposals have triggered widespread action, including protests by students, academics, and educational organizations across the country. Canada boosts youth employability. Good news for Canadian youth. The Government of Canada has announced $26.1 million in funding for 6 national projects designed to promote youth employment and skills. In a related move, the government has extended temporary increases to student grants and loans through the Canada Student Financial Assistance Program, or CSFA, to improve the affordability of post-secondary education. This extension includes a 40% increase in grants for full-time and part-time students, as well as students with disabilities and dependents. Nigeria introduces Mandarin in schools. In Nigeria, a major change is coming to the senior secondary school curriculum. The country has officially introduced the Chinese Mandarin language as an optional international language. Mandarin, which has the largest number of speakers in the world, is increasingly seen as the language of global commerce, education, and tourism. The Nigerian Educational Research and Developmental Council confirmed that the revised curriculum, which lists Mandarin alongside French and Arabic, will take effect from the 2025-26 academic session. This builds on efforts since 2013 to establish Chinese corners for language promotion. Finally, in England, there is a tentative plan to see the return of student maintenance grants by 2029. These grants, which were abolished 10 years ago, would be available to university students from lower income households. Preference will be given to students pursuing priority courses that align with the nation's industrial strategy. The government has stated that the grants will be funded by a new levy on international student fees, which will only apply to institutions in England. Thanks for watching the Global Education Policy Updates from Pallikkutam. Until we see you in our next episode, it's bye from Rajagiri Media.